one more turn, so goes in.
Oh, the flash flash away. Now Caps has him in his way. It's Camilo Charm at max range. The kiss of death from Caps.
Q2, guys. 1 second. Okay. Stop. I can service him. Nice, huge. I can tank. I'm gonna tank. Nice.
You were sweating so much.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the LEC. I'm Giniro, joined with BrokeBlade and Flakkked, and you guys are already having a great time. Like, what was that?
Like this guy on the comms, I just heard he was sweating so much to kill me. And I saw you tried to predict my side step. Like, do you think you're good or what?
Yeah, I was. You were in my head.
Yeah, a bit.
So, do you think you're good?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
I think he's pretty good. Yeah.
Really? You're being so nice to him.
I mean, it's just the facts. So facts don't lie.
You know what? Respect.
Thanks.
Not for him. I didn't say for you, but
no,
you can take it too. It's okay. You know what? Actually, I love this energy that you guys have going on, and I feel like it's been quite a while, and you know, there's a little bit of back and forth, and then there's copying each other's poses, and I mean, you know, like who came up with it.
He's like pretty cringe with this, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But you know, we have this perfect thing prepared where we're gonna show you what Flakkked said about you copying his pose.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even remember.
I'm excited for it.
He stole Flackked's pose and made it his signature move.
Oh my
An
God.
iconic moment in League of Legends history. There it is behind us. We've settled this already.
I love my post. It's my post.
We've settled this. This is if you missed the years of LEC that this is from, we've covered this. It's Flackked's pose officially.
It's my pose.
BB has tried to deny it many times.
G2, when I was in MSI, they made like a poll on Instagram, and we were both doing the pose, and people could vote, right? I think I won like 70%, 30%. My pose.
What'd you have to say for yourself?
Okay, should I explain the whole lore of it?
Go crazy.
Okay.
I mean, your version.
No, I started it. It's not my truth, it is the truth, first of all. So I came up with this pose. It's probably the first ever pose recorded. If you check in the League of Legends database of like pictures, you will find mine first. Then G2 League of Legends did an Instagram poll asking whose pose this is, and they voted it's Flakkked. It doesn't make it his, does it?
To be fair, it's democracy, and the public has voted.
It does. Okay. So,
I'm okay to share my
so
pose.
The truth, what happened? He did it like on the Royal Media Day, right? He did this pose, and then I was doing it since it was my pose.
No.
And then the cameraman just said, "You cannot do the same pose." I'm like. He was first, you know, he was like top to vote, so he was first.
Yeah, because it's like, if it's like alphabetical.
That is now that is his truth.
Let's agree to disagree. Because now, you know, you can make it a little bit more personal next time you go up against him on the
I mean, he's making like really personal, yeah. He takes it very personal, yeah.
I actually don't. I think it's just funny at this point.
What do you mean? It's my pose, bro.
I think it's hilarious.
Either way, let's talk about this game, because you were playing AD carry and you were playing Shogat. And as an AD carry, that's not fun. Because you have the Vi, they ult you, your Shogat Q, Ahri Charm. What would a good AD carry do, or any AD carry?
I mean, I'm just trying to kill him, right? But he's too dangy, and he's sweating for me. He's like always going for me in teamfights. I can tell. But yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to kite it. He just flashes forward, silences me, and just eats me alive.
You said when he said he always goes for me in team fights. Yeah,
I mean, Flakkked this game was perma killing my bot lane 2v2. Usually doesn't happen. So I was like, what's happening here, guys? Yeah, Flakkked overperformed, looks like. But I was like, guys, it's so chill game. Like, I'm playing Cho'Gath. You guys know how the drill goes. My first Cho'Gath game earlier this week. Wasn't the greatest.
That's for sure. Yeah.
I did some couple of errors, but this game I could farm, I could stack. You know, I got really huge in the end. And Corki just can't do anything. You know, like. I
mean, it's what we call the food chain, right? He's top lane champ, so he's on top of the food chain, and then AD carry is like 4th or 5th on the food chain.
Also, Camilo, I have to. This is a little fun fact. Camilo before the game said, "Thank you for the Cho'Gath stacks." And I'm gonna say thank you for the win, like, just because it's like, if you say something like this to me before the game, you're just gonna like motivate me to destroy you, you know? Like,
how many stacks did you get on Camilo then? Did you count?
On Camilo, I think I ate him twice, you know?
Okay.
But, you know, eating Flakkked was more satisfying, you know, in the game, of course. So.
Respect, I guess. I mean, you know what? You're making it personal. You're going after all these AD carry players. You're playing Shogat. At least you know what, FLICKed with Fearless Draft, if it's not banned, they can only play it once. So it must make you feel better.
I can only get eaten once,
Well, multiple times in one game.
I mean, but overall,
It makes it less painful.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Exactly.
So when we're looking at Fearless Draft, because of course, congratulations to both of you as well for making it into playoffs. FLICKed, from your perspective as an AD carry and with the constants of lane swaps that we're seeing 24/7, how much are you looking forward to Fearless Draft? Because you don't have to play against that anymore.
I mean, I don't think Fearless Draft is gonna affect that much in like best of threes, I would say. Like coming to best of fives, I think you can. I mean, there's gonna be like a lot of things that are gonna be out. But I mean, I'm always like really happy going to Fearless Draft. I mean, we can cook some things, you know. And I think it's just, I mean, makes it like funnier, you know, because like there's some metas that are just like really boring, and with Fearless Draft maybe there's like some different or like exotic picks. So I'm excited for Fearless Draft.
You're laughing when he said he's.
Yeah, I mean, he's always when I speak, he's always laughing.
No,
he's always respectful towards me.
He just spoke like he's been playing Fearless Draft before, you know, like that's why I was laughing. But I would say FLICKed is a player to shine in Fearless, because first of all, he is fearless. I can see it in his attitude.
Facts.
Second of all, you know what he plays, right? He plays Yasuo, Sion bot lane, Seraphine bot lane.
Ziggs, maybe?
Ziggs is one of his, like,
maybe,
you know, like, I don't know. But, you know, like if I'm G2 right now playing as Heretics in Fearless, I'll be like, oh, careful guys, they can maybe cook something on bot lane.
I mean, he was cooking your bot lane, so.
That's facts, though.
Yeah.
Why would you? Can I ask you something?
You can ask me.
Why did you hover Sion?
Why I have a Sion? Do we have time to explain this?
No, we don't. But could I ask you guys one thing before we throw it?
Yeah.
Could you both put your microphones down and together do the FLICKed BB pose?
FLICKed, yeah, FLICKed
Sorry.
first.
No.
Yeah,
BB, FLICKed BB,
no,
can you?
it's FLICKed BB for sure.
Okay, just.
It's FLICKed BB.
Let's go alphabetical.
B
BB
FLICKed.
FLICKed. B FLICKed.
Thank you.
Okay, put the microphones down, and I would love to see both of you do it. Quick. All right. Do it now. Go. Thank you guys so much. We're gearing up for our last best of one game of the rest of the year. It's going to be SK against Fnatic. It's not the rest of the year, it's rather the split. So Dagda, Hysterics, over to you. Or is it the rest of the year?
Yo, this is my pose now. I'm going to take this.
Yeah, it's our pose now.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're going to take it.
We're going to tell the photographer to take a photo of us. Then we're good.
I just can't believe those two on a desk. Like, when was the last time that happened? That needs to happen again.
They are pure chaos.
That was so good. Yo, shout out to BrokeBlade and shout out to FLICKed as well. Good last game. And speaking of last games, our last best of one for 2025 here in the LEC. Woo! I hope it's a banger. SK already eliminated. Fnatic already first. Fnatic first. Big shout out to them. Can they end 8-1, which is one hell of a score, seldom seen in the LEC as well, by the way.
I mean, they've already guaranteed themselves first place. So either way, I think Fnatic are going to be very happy with what is one mild hiccup on their very first day. And since then, it's pretty much been unstoppable. Like, it has been some close fights, but Movistar Koi has been the only team that's actually been able to take a game off them.
True.
And now, against SK, it's kind of just to see, what do you want to bring out?
Well, a Zed would be nice. That'd be absolutely awesome.
Well, yesterday on X, Razork did put out a tweet that was just Zed and just tagging both his coaches saying, please.
Really?
So, I think that's why we're getting the hover, but I don't think we're actually going to get it.
Oh, my lord. Well, it's not over yet. Let's see. We're just going to go through the
I mean, if Isma actually takes the Zed, that would have been so badass.
True.
Just immediately stealing away.
Diana Yasuo draft, though, is open, just as a side note. Something that we might start talking about if we go to when we go to BO5's Fearless. Orianna Nocturne, Dagda, also open. Do Diana Yasuo, do Diana Yasuo, do Orianna Nocturne, do Orianna Nocturne.
I got distracted. There's somebody Isma's pointing around the place.
Dagda, Diana Yasuo. Or, all in top. Ornn is up as well.
I mean, Reeker was a kind of rise, but also known for a lot of his melee champions back in the day, so...
Oh, Yone, true.
Maybe?
Come on. Diana Yasuo, Diana Yasuo. Diana Yone, Diana Yone. Just give us something. Give us something to have fun with on our last game. Go out with a bang.
Especially when it's like...
No.
SK, haven't made it to playoffs.
That Diana Corki. What?
I mean, they haven't got to... They're not making it to playoffs, so... Could have ended with a bit of spice, but it looks like it's going to be... pretty standard. I mean, the Diana's still a little bit spicy, but Yeah, Varus bot lane, Corki mid. Diana's still going to be there. And then I guess the question is like, Genax, what do you want to try and go for? Because you do want to engage still on SK's side. Whereas for Fnatic, they've already kind of got that locked in now with the Rell. And imagine things like the Braum and that can be banned away.
Maybe the Alistar as well, but that would be just simple, wouldn't it?
Maybe Yone.
Varus could go top, by the way. Just going to say that.
True. I mean, Genax did play a lot of Vayne and stuff back
yeah,
in the main master, so maybe
keep it
that
going.
works. Yeah.
Yeah, don't stop Dagda. I mean, like, this is what we want to see. We want to see
Varus top, he played. I don't know. Genax has some stuff that he can cook.
I liked the Mirwin Varus top last year. You know, it was Locket Varus, whatever that concoction was.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good. So, what else we got?
Radiant Virtue Varus was also.
Oh yeah. Jack Show, I think in the end was like even third top. Leona gone. Yeah, those are normal stuff.
Yeah, and then I think it's like Gnar maybe a ban here against Oscarinin too, because I do think you're going for like Ornn or something like that.
Yeah.
For Genax, but see what the game plan is.
Oh, waiting for that last ban. Jace was taken away. We get rid of the normies. Yeah, Smolder. If we saw a Smolder for our last game, I would. Oh, the rage would be insatiable, Dagda. Imagine that. You want to finish LEC with a bang. Last best of one. Smolder. Akshan Z. Akshan Z. I like the angles. Yone, I'll take a deal with. But Akshan Z sound mega hot right now.
Okay, so it is going to be the Yone, yeah. Like, again, Fnatic setting up for strong side lanes, strong team fight comps, and, like, Fnatic for me are the team that I feel like I can essentially trust with any team composition. One of the few teams, like, they can play range, they understand how to play sides at the moment relatively well, their team fighting is stellar. So I think it's cool to kind of see the multi-faces of Fnatic, especially since they are going to finish first. I think this is the first time it feels like Fnatic are undisputably our top team at the moment. They do feel kind of head and shoulders above a lot of the rest of the competition, like KC are in that mix.
Yeah.
But after Fnatic kind of, well, took over the game against them yesterday, it feels like Fnatic just are that team at the moment.
They really are. And again, they only lost on day one, right? It was against Koi. And after that, they scaled up and they kept getting better and better as... You know, for SK, I finally see some engage. That's nice. We don't get the Dyna Yasuo, we don't get the Dyna Yone. Of course, Dyna Yone was taken away. But we do get an Ornn in the end for Genax. Now, come on, Fnatic, don't give me Braum. I mean, we've got Rell.
You got Rell.
We already got Rell. On hit Braum top.
Braum. Could be kind of sick.
Do it. Oh, my lord. Not Gnar, please. Please. Oh my god, please. Ornn is... No, Diana's the spiciest thing in this draft. And it's like going and saying, oh, I'll have the, you know, the hot version.
Yeah, can I get the spicy flavor? Paprika?
And yes. Bro, like walking into a Berlin convenience store and asking for a hot sauce and they give you sweet chili. Like, come on.
Yeah, I think... Look, no spice, but still solid drafts, right? Team fighting on both sides. Much more kind of dive orientated on Fnatic side, thanks to both the Gnar, the Rell, and the Yone. But you got a decent amount of range on SK side and long range engage. So again, I think it's going to be trying to play around one, the Ornn engage, but also this Poppy to team fights is going to make these a little bit more interesting, just on rather than just straight dive and ease of execution for Fnatic.
Well, let's see if Fnatic can finish 8-1. That's the only question I've got because SK, I mean, throws some kind of spanner in the works, but they don't want to finish at 1 because let's be real, at the end of the day, that's where Rogue finished 1-8. This team's already out. It's just about Fnatic securing their position and showing it better. It would have been a Gwen angle. Great question. We got a Gwen angle yesterday, though. We got the Mirwin 1v5 Gwen angle. That was a good Gwen angle. And to be fair, he tried his heart out in that game. But, you know, there's always next time. It's just that G2 were too strong. Upset is the GOAT. Let's be real. Upset has become more of the GOAT in this split.
Upset's a beast.
I think it's now easy to say that he has been the best AD carry this split.
Yeah.
Like overall, now that we've had those 3 weeks, like week 2 and week 3, he's been on a tear.
Yeah, he's been. It's again like it just comes back to how well the team can execute around him. Like having these by Kaisa compositions, he's looked fantastic on, has a great understanding of when he can go in. The Kalista comps that even when they are against long range, he's flashing in to find the fights.
Yep.
Upset, honestly kind of feels like he can do no wrong at the moment. And it's sick to see, because he's been promised for so long to say, look, this man has a ton of skill. He just needs the team around him. And it feels like this Fnatic version is finally the team that enables Upset to be the AD carry we've been promised.
I mean, having Mikyx XDD by his side has been insane. I think also one of the best supports in the league right now as well as we get an invade. Yes, do it, kill, fight, please. SK walking into the
calm down, Smeagol. They're going to back away.
That's not Smeagol, it's Palpatine. Dagda, get it right. What do you mean, Smeagol? You eat nasty chips. I can't do an act. You know, the people that can do the Smeagol accent are the people that can do the Vega, like the Vega voice.
Oh, yeah.
That's those two people.
Sorry, what's the Vega voice? Could you just show me what the Vega voice is?
No, I can't because the madness, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because the squelch is too big, the squeak. I just can't stand it because I used to have a friend that used to do it, and every time I'd be like, stop it. It's just it's an annoying voice, you know.
Maybe it's Dobby you're doing more.
Oh,
the stop it kind of.
Yeah, Dobby's different.
Yeah.
Dobby has a sock. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. Hello, those are my Raptors. All right, a shove into the wall. Let's go. Fight it out. Oscarinin flashes away. SK might win this game.
Yeah, they gave Dobby a chicken, and Isma's going to be kind of happy because Oscarinin now has no flash, and Genax can definitely, well, I was going to say can set up for some sort of play on the bottom side, but it's Australian lanes, or swap lanes, so I think it's a potential dive that could be coming through for Oscarinin in the top side, and no flash makes him significantly more vulnerable.
Can confirm that in Australia, these are normal lanes. If you go and watch the LCP right now when the Chiefs are playing, if this happens, it's just normal. We're very well practiced on it, and that's why in solo queue we're so good at it.
Is that why you're bringing it to your solo queue games near you?
Yeah, and then there's just 3 of us in the lane because they don't get the memo. Because for us, it's just normalized, you know. Upset and Genax are going to play a 1v1. This is a little bit different to the normal Australia lanes because we do not have standard at all. Reeker's up top. We've got 2 members mid. Good little tangles from Razork, who gets some damage down on Loopy. Mickey's now here. It's a 3 versus 2. This does feel fun. I mean, these lanes are just completely different to what we normally get.
Yeah, it just feels like Rahel has decided he's the mid laner now, and Reeker's going to play the AD carry, which does kind of make sense, to be perfectly honest. Like, you get great wave clear with the Varus, so you can actually do relatively well.
True.
In keeping Humanoid in check, especially with the Arcane Comet. But yeah, having Loopy sit around here for so long is kind of forced now Mikyx to come towards his mid lane to help his mid laner farm, and denies then any sort of dive potential, which honestly hinders SK, because I really think with a steadfast presence on Loopy, you could have gone for the dive on top lane against Oscarinin, now flashless, but because you're not really in a position to go for it, I think you may have missed your window of opportunity. Mikyx now going to start to walk topside to make sure that as Loopy disappears from mid lane, they're not going for the dive.
Let's just see, though, because I'm still curious about Rahel, who's now been left alone. Supports here, and you mentioned Loopy. Oscarinin now goes into mini Gnar. He'll be able to jump away, but his flash was burnt before in the trade, so as Mikyx face checks this, now spots Loopy out. He's once again the saving grace, not only for mid, but now for top, as Isma's trying to come up here, make it even better for them.
Yeah, Mikyx did just mount up, though, which means he's got a long cooldown, so they're going to look for the dive off of that.
The flash, the barrier picked up. Loopy's still going to die here. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Mikyx is still alive to defend. There's an instant teleport from Humanoid to come and help out top lane, but everyone's already gone, so for SK, they get first blood.
Yeah, so Loopy does give his life. Oscarinin TP's back in, so... Oh, it's not, sorry, Humanoid TP's back in, so... You do get... Well, Mikyx's going to interrupt here. Oh,
got him! Shattering Strike. Is there a crash down available? Not going to take it.
So you do get a kill across, but you're not losing out on a huge amount as Oscarinin. I think it was still nice from SK to try and punish that timing window. So Mikyx crashed down into the Krug area to get over the wall quicker to make sure he was there in case a dive was about to happen. But it meant that he mounted up underneath the turret. So it's like a 14-second cooldown at level 1. So you just don't have that crash down available, which is so much of the CC in your kit, plus the shield for survivability under the tower. So that's why Loopy just flashed in and was like, all right, well, we've got this small window that we can try and use here before Mikyx has that W available.
And as well, you can look at the positives where Isma got the kill. Diana, a champion that can really run away with the game when she starts snowballing with a lead. Same as Razork, now set up with Loopy just here. Good dodge, sidestep up. Ignite's still down though, and with these autos, Loopy is going to die. Dies to Razork, so both junglers now on the board as Oscarinin was coming in to join in. Reeker and Isma just popping their heads in, saying how diddly do. But nothing else happens from that. Mikyx's just going to patrol the river as we get another variation of these lanes, but this time Reeker is bot with the Gnar.
Yeah, but the fact that Mikyx was just kind of hovering around that bot side allows Oscarinin to get the majority of this wave without being pressured off from Rahel. Sorry, not Rahel, from Reeker. Because a huge amount of the problem Gnar has is he does very well in melee into him, but as soon as you outrange the Gnar, he's just not that tanky when he's in his mini-Gnar form. So if you're up against something like a Corki that has a dash away, kind of use that range, he's not going to be in a good spot. So eventually, they do want to try and get him out of this lane somewhat and into matching Genax, but it's just been really tough as SK have been rotating all over the place.
I mean, they just keep moving around. You can see Isma, he's level 4. He has fallen a little bit behind in the clear, but that's just what you expect of the Zyra as Grabbz is spawning, started immediately by Isma, and he's spamming take notes once again.
Yeah, I'm curious if Fnatic feel the need to try and contest this. I think Razork is just going to look for a singular one here.
Ready to take notes. There it is. 2 Grabbz taken away.
Yes, they just take the single one. Should just back away. You don't really feel the need to fight this. It's just, look, we've already got pushing lanes coming in the mid. We're getting what we need to in scaling with this composition, so don't overforce in the early stages and let Genax, well, Genax hadn't quite ticked over to level 6, but let them try and find this big fight when we're in this place.
Mikyx and Upset, where are they going now? Always worrying about the adventurers. Upset now hits level 6. Heading up to help contest Scuttle as Isma on a ward right now. Razork's not level 6 either. It's still going to be a fight though, but Razork just hit 6 now. Humanoid also with a Fate Sealed as Loopy has to get out there. Chance Corruption misses. And look, Mickey's behind them. Fate Sealed onto a bunch of weeds. And down goes the bush as Fnatic find themselves a kill. Isma's just dead thanks to Herbology.
Good flash from Mikyx to get away from the Chains of Corruption off of Rahel. Means that he doesn't end up going down, and then he just walks up, gets a little stab, and then managed to get the assist as well. Nice. So nicely done by Fnatic. Again, just collapsing well, playing well around where their people are positioned, and not giving SK any sort of foothold into the game.
I mean, again, it's some of these lane allocations that have just worked out so nicely. That Ezreal with his solo lane experience, you know, even this Yone who is getting bullied out by the 2v1 is now up in gold thanks to the help of that assist. And once again, our top MVP scorer in Razork is ahead by 600 gold on a carry pick.
Yeah, it's just the experience that you're missing on both of your top and your bot lane here is the real one. So you see Mikyx only just ticked over to level 4. Oscarinin still about half a level behind as well. And a lot of that is because Mikyx has been trying to facilitate Oscarinin. So it's not the end of the world, just Mikyx does need to be careful of making sure he gets to level 6 at the appropriate times, because Loopy hitting 6 first, which should be in and around about the time that second Void Grub spawn, will give a lot of a window, or enough of a window of opportunity for SK to play for ult advantage just off of the support difference.
Dragon spawn, by the way, still waiting for that bot side. For Fnatic, you're now wondering, how does Oscarinin start playing catch up? And that's just going to be the fights. Let's not forget, around the Mega Gnar bar and the setup with Fate Sealed, I mean, the Wombo is instant. The burst is instant from Fnatic. That's the power of this comp, isn't it? As you said, they're both team fighting comps, but I guess the ways they operated are different, question mark, Dagda?
Yeah, it's more about Humanoid trying to find a flank. Oscarinin kind of in a similar boat. And if you can say spread out, Genax can't get an awful lot of value, Isma can't either. Same kind of for Loopy. So it's much more about Fnatic being set up on the objective first and trying to draw SK in so they have multiple flank angles. Versus for SK, they nearly want to be able to catch Fnatic as they're coming through their own jungle or as they are trying to come into river, because that's where they'll be grouped in favor of what SK's composition strengths are.
Should we talk about Zyra and how broken that is, her ability to just set up plans and then walk away? As you know, even now, watch this, onto Genax, there we go. Set up again, Fate Sealed, upset! The biggest cross-map yoink! I mean, he wasn't that far away, but still, he wasn't even involved in the play, and he just takes it.
That's one of those ones where you're in voice comms and you just go, all me. All me all the time. As every ultimate in existence will use an upset. Sneaks a put. SK getting a good trade on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
At least we'll get something, and I think it's nice to cheat. Like, first tower, nothing to be sniffed at.
They're good.
It's just the, in a lot of these situations, SK are kind of dictating a lot of the pace. It's just the Fnatic are responding better when SK try to make a play. So I think if SK can just continue to push with Reeker, shift him around, continually attack these points before Fnatic can get in position, I think they're in a good spot. But once they end up like facing up against Fnatic in a fight, they've just been struggling.
So Is the dog actually flying on that skin? Like, I've always wondered.
Yeah, have you not looked? So it's flying, but it's doing the little leg kick.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's swimming. Yeah, because I don't know if you've ever. Oh, hi. Did they fight it?
Yeah, almost.
I don't. If you hover the dog over like a bath, they'll just start kicking their legs instinctively.
So that's
the same idea.
Okay, yeah. Because I've always wondered as two Grabbz for two Grabbz. Fnatic the ones that started this, but SK the ones that are bullying them off. Isma just got himself a proto belt. Leandro's on the opposite side, so both junglers are very strong in the AP department. But SK are going to get themselves 4 Grabbz in the end. Okay, so another objective win. They got first turret as well. This early game, actually not too bad despite the gold lead and despite what we were talking about before with individual lanes. Remember, they have an Ornn, they have a Corki. The Dyna are in a good spot. Like, this is something to write home about. Tell your mum, hey, look, mum, I'm doing it.
I think it's also the Humanoid TP bot because they really want to try and get bot terror here off the play, but GenX looks like he should be able to get under. Humanoid was trying to catch him in transition, but decent trade there. Means that you won't be able to stick around under the tower or even look for a bit more of a dive because look at the push the Fnatic have in mid. They're immediately trying to transition both Razork and Upside Down to get this, but without the big health bar discrepancy for GenX, they're able to stick around.
Do you ever wondered what happened to Blacksmiths? Like, that used to be a roaring trade. What happened? Where did they go?
They still exist.
Do they?
That's where I got your wedding present.
Oh,
yeah. Got that blacksmith to make the cookie, the chef's knife.
That is a good knife. I will say, Dagda, everyone, got me a chef's knife as a wedding gift. Now, obviously, it doesn't correlate. It was just for cooking, all right? Like, the cooking element was amazing with it, by the way. It sliced through everything. Oh, such a good knife. Yeah, but the roaring trade is definitely gone, isn't it? You know, no swords or anything anymore.
Yeah, I think we've gone past that.
Yeah.
I think once we made things go bang, people are like, this doesn't do particularly much.
Oh, Upset's dead, by the way. Proto Belt, ulti,
flashes.
Nice. You know what? I can be wrong, and that's okay. The first part is admitting it. As SK's jungle gets the flash out of Upset, he's just backed off as Mikyx flash Loopy instantly. TP's coming in as well. SK know they're in trouble. That TP cross map is Oscarinin, but he's got no Mega Napa. That little guy ain't going to do much.
No, I mean, it will allow them to hold on to some of the damage on the mid tower, but Reeker is about to have Razork in his lane as well, so Humanoid gets a little trade here. So I think Reeker has to back away because Razork still has the ultimate available. If he locks him up, Humanoid can follow very quickly.
Razork not on a ward, but they've got suspicions. Mikyx there as well, now spotted out by the scrying warders. Humanoid's just going to take the turret by himself. It looks to be a trade as SK are playing topside yet again. They got first turret top. I mean, it might be on the cards. Oscarinin still a little Gnar.
Still though, you've got help on the way. Upside of Mikyx nerdy there, so Oscarinin just needs to delay. Loopy trying to get in behind. But yeah, now they spot out the Fnatic are here, so they will just back away.
4 Grabbz do some work with Diana as well, but can there be a follow-up engage? Oscarinin about to go into the Mega Gnar, and he's jumping in. Flash burnt by GenX. Isma also in trouble now as well. A Searing Charge might need a disengage here, but instead to run away is GenX. Slow still there. Fnatic still chasing up because bot turret went down in the meanwhile, so they know where their cards are drawn as this Ornn is going to die. Isma now threatening. They're going to get called the Forge God. It layers to no one. That train to freedom, I guess, as Oscarinin goes into mini Gnar again. We are getting a bit loopy with this play, and when I'm talking about the player as Razork cleans it up. The poppy bop is short. And when you need help, just call Razork. He'll sort it out.
Yeah, ends up getting the play, gets the kill, and Humanoid got bot tower. We got to see it in the picture-in-picture, so still Fnatic able to answer on the map, and SK just overextending a bit too far, trying to push the advantage. But with Dragon now in 15 seconds, GenX can't TP in, but he won't have that ultimate available. Neither will Razork. So I'm kind of curious as to who feels more confident setting up for this objective.
You'd have to think that Fnatic still, with some of those flashes available on the Mega Gnar, might be worth a mention, might be worth confidence boost.
Yeah, especially Loopy not having us, GenX not having us. I think SK should just back off. Maybe try and look for the push in mid and then finish off that top lane turret. But it's up already. Fnatic going to start it, so I just don't think you have access to the wave states at the moment. And like, this is where I think SK could have tried to play it a little slower, like set up for those team fights, because that's really where they want to be focusing. But unfortunately, not going to be able to play for those side lanes much. And no real mid wave to speak of. Means it's kind of just Fnatic getting this one for free.
Yeah, double dragon set up, okay. It's actually a 3k gold lead just about as well. By the way, Infernals are now 3%. I mean, that's something we mentioned. I don't know if that happened this patch or last patch, Dagda, or maybe in the off-season. They used to be worth 5, remember? 5% AD,
Yeah, they brought it down,
No, or 6 or something when they first came out. I can't remember, it was something crazy. Humanoid sees him, kill, in eyes, and now Isma in trouble. He gets out, only just take that, Notes.
You're not in a good spot when you're in your own jungle and you're being forced out just by Humanoid alone.
Yeah.
Now you get pushed on top for Oscarinin. Yes, you have to answer as Gen X, but you can see how many members of Fnatic are already up here. They're just going to try and force him away so they can guarantee the structure. They're trying to overcompensate now as SK on the bottom side. I know, sorry, overcompensate. They will compensate on the bottom side, but I actually think it is worth, because you can see Humanoid doesn't feel comfortable at that ultimate to stick around, so potential to hold on to everything.
I think the turret might drop. I mean, wait for the demolish. There's still a minion wave coming in fresh, and it's taking up aggro, but Oscarinin gets out because it's being held right back, interrupted by Mikyx. A strangled thorns around the neck, and down goes Gen X for the third time this game. Razork keeps getting more and more. And Oscarinin now benefiting of the fact that this is the best jungler in the league.
Yeah, I think it was unnecessary for Gen X to try and stick around that long. Like, use the ultimate, try and get the wave, but or get some of the gold, but just back away because you already were trading on bottom side, which is kind of what you want to. And also, you were taking the turn faster, so you'd get the turn quicker. You'd get better tempo play and could play towards the Rift Herald. Now you're dead, and you're going to have Fnatic who are able to set up towards the Rift Herald. Maybe Gen X needs the TP, but waves aren't in your favor now. And these are kind of the small stumbling blocks we've seen from SK a lot, where one mistake becomes another, and it kind of just snowballs out of control.
I mean, a team like Fnatic as well, they can just roll and, I mean, I think take over games very quickly. Yeah. You know, credit to how they've played the game. At least SK are trading sides of the map, but, you know, that gold bleed in top is massive. And as you'd expect, Ornn versus Gnar, but keeps getting dove again and again. Oscarinin now very fed, and Heralds are just gone. These objectives are getting started by Fnatic. No contest. And SK now just have to switch up and think about what's the next play here, Dagda, because they're still trying to get mid. But Fnatic are now running this map even more so. Look at those side lanes.
Yep, you're in a great spot for Fnatic. That means you can open up for a little bit of deep vision to be set up too.
Yeah.
And Fnatic should be able to hold on to the mid tower for the moment, but I think this is where pushing those waves a little further, establish your vision, and maybe go for the all-in. Oh, they get Rahel.
From Mikyx, true shot barrage, upset. So nicely done from the duo yet again as Humanoid is waiting for his ult. He hasn't been spotted out. The fate sealed into Loopy and the support, taking the full brunt of this Yone. Humanoid has his flash available. It'll reach, it'll match. He'll get smashed, but as he snaps back, Humanoid ignite, he survives. A bit of moon from Isma. As Upset goes over, he's just taking every fight. You can see him and Mikyx feeling so confident. Isma looking for the turnaround. The crash down's good. Isma's ulti, it's only a one-man. It's onto a Rell, that matters not. Upset again, just arcane shifts and Isma's taken out. The flair of this AD carry cannot be justified in this single game. Upset's clean with it. Razork is too. And Fnatic are now 9-1 at 18 minutes.
The TP top from Oscarinin seals the deal for SK, and then there's a TP bot from Humanoid as he wants to move on towards the bot lane turret as well. So Fnatic just kind of winning everywhere on the map. And SK, they just don't know what to do. Every time there's a fight, it feels like they're 10 paces behind.
It really does, and I think right now all you can say is that for SK, they need some kind of miracle pick. In this game, they've been trying it with Isma, but it hasn't come together quite as well.
But the thing is, so they got the push onto that top wave, which meant that they're immediately able to come in on towards mid. This is actually the end of the play where you get the TP from Oscarinin, but it's just Fnatic playing off of wave states well. So they get the collapse on mid. Great engage, actually, I want to say at the start of this from Mikyx as well. Basically sends out the ultimate so that then he always will catch Rahel as he goes to flash towards his turret. And just makes it impossible for SK to actually play the game.
Dagda.
Yes.
I mean, Fnatic ending like this. I mean, last year, I don't remember a team going 8-1. Now, obviously, there needs to be like you know, there needs to be some kind of check, some kind of mathematics back end. But seldom have I seen a team in any region, apart from a solid few over years, finish that dominant in regular season. Don't tell me there were more.
We had 2 8-1s in summer.
God damn it. Well, Reeker's going to flash away, and maybe as Luna comes down, Happy New Year. Isma pulls the hammer, but Oscarinin's now joined in. Upset, still alive, and as long as he's breathing, it's the fear factor for the 4-0 Ezreal. 2 8-1s, really?
Yeah, SK and BDS.
Oh no. It's ironic that SK finished 8-1 in summer and are now on the brink of going 1-8. So the irony is there, despite my wrong statement.
Yeah, it's been a little unfortunate for SK. Not the way they would have wanted to start off the season, nor the way that they would have liked for Reeker and Gen X to make their return to the LEC, but the LEC takes no prisoners, and when it feels like the level of the league has really been risen up, they just aren't able to find that success. Reeker gets caught out, he's forced to flash. Loopy tries his best to hold on, but they do get the pick. But it's the follow-up from Oscarinin with that flash that really finishes them off. And you can see SK are trying desperately, and maybe if they had a bit more of an even gold lead, they'd be in a better position, but they just can't do anything in this game from this point.
I mean, it seems that every fight, regardless of finding a pick, becomes sillier than the game of Quidditch is. You know, it makes no sense at this point because SK, you can't piece it all together.
No, keep explaining. I want to know where this goes.
Why does capturing the snitch get you 150 points, but the game ends? What if they're 100? You know, I'm starting to read the books, right? And if you capture the snitch, but you're more than 150 points behind, the game ends, but you still lose.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
But then you just stop the other Seeker from catching the snitch, and then you got time to, you know, come back into the game, and then you catch the snitch.
But capturing the snitch, I mean, first of all, shouldn't be the end game anyway. It should be 150 points, and then you have to get the point limit of 300. That's what it should be.
Why 300?
Quidditch is so dumb. I'm just telling you. Quidditch is dumb. Atakan, how good is he for the game? You can all answer that as SK can't even get near. Loopy just sends out the oldie. Call the Forge God into nowhere. Train coming home. Oscarinin ultis into the wall. Genax flushes out, better late than never, as Upset is now targeting. Chains of Corruption, cleanse away. It's going to spread to Oscar in the back. True Shot Barrage, nails everyone. Isma's up next. Upset and Mikyx right now, the best bot lane in the league. You can converse, you can say, but my KC bot lane, but my Koi bot lane. I'm telling you, Mikyx and Upset in the past 2 weeks have been unbeatable.
Literally. They have not lost.
Literally.
So, yeah, Fnatic looking stellar at the moment. The bot lane excelling as well. And again, like, they just got Atakan buff. They can do whatever the hell they want. Like, there is no analysis to be had here. Fnatic are just, they are the better team.
Yeah.
And they're going to show why are the team that are finishing in first.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing another 8-1 team. Never before have we seen that.
Never before. Apart from, yeah, a little while ago. Yeah, again, like, Rahel and Loopy are completely not in position to follow up on this engage from Genax. So Fnatic are just like, cool, we just run towards the top side. And then Upset is just firing down the entire time. I love the fact that the rest of Fnatic are like, no, we're resetting. And they're like, that's cool, guys. We're just gonna kill them. Does that work for you? Or, like, does this mess with the tempo at all? If you just kill them, is that okay? Yeah.
Sure about that, Dagda. We're gonna have to ask it. Let's go to the panel of judges.
Yeah, let's go to the VAR.
Okay. And that's a wicket. So
it's not a sport, mate.
Is it VAR? Is for the Ashes? Cricket.
Football.
Oh, which football? Like soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah. They made us call that in Australia, and I've been very upset coming into Europe. People go, "Hey, you call it soccer?"
Yeah. Well, see, football for me is actually soccer, but also the Gaelic football. Which is our national sport.
See, we got football.
So football and football.
We got AFL, Australian Football League. Oscar might be dead, but he's not really dead. He's going to turn into an angel and soar. Everyone's going in, call the Forge God again. Captain Flowers skin sets it up nicely. Oscar's getting a bit of help from Upset, though. So while it's a trade, Upset's now in a 2v1, ready to GA, get the True Shot Barrage off, because that works somehow. And SK, they do get a beneficial kill. Well, call it what you will, but Teleport going to be burnt mid as Razork's now here behind enemy lines. And Fnatic are up 10,000 gold at 23,000. I know Caedrel's been asking for the 20k gold lead. I wonder if this is going to be the game, as Mikyx almost dies.
The game is going to end before we get to 20k. It's not even going to be close.
You need more turrets for 20k. I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah, it's just, it's so hard. Like, I think you have to be incredible. The problem is you have to be incredibly far ahead, like so good to get really far ahead, but so bad you can't end the game.
Yes.
And that is a rare breed of team.
True.
And we don't have like a generic Green Wings anymore. Like, we don't have these teams to go to like 90 minutes.
Rogue, was it Rogue SK? I mean, my brain's so bad.
Yeah.
Was it Rogue SK?
No, it wasn't Rogue SK. I can't remember which. Rogue Vitality?
Yeah. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Rogue Giant X.
It's late in the night.
It was Rogue Giant X.
Rogue Giant X, yes.
Of course, the 59-minute wonder. And, I mean, even that wasn't a 20k goal lead, but to be fair, it was a lot closer for a lot longer. Mikyx's ready to go in. SK are going to find a flank. This is their moment. They're going to prove themselves and rise. But Humanoid, I mean, heavy is the crown, right? As Loopy has to run. Steadfast is out. And now even up against the wall, Razork pokes him and upsets just over the wall. Locked around by Loopy is nice, but Mickey's ready to finish off the kill. Ignite does it by Razork anyway. Oh no, that was the first kill Mickey wasn't a part of. 16 out of 17 kill participation, and now it's Baron time.
I think that's honestly disrespectful from Razork to not think of his support in that moment.
That's true.
To stop the Leandri's burn, so then Mickey could be involved, but
I know who I'm voting for after the game.
upset.
Oh, Mickey. A pity vote. Nah, he has been good. There's no pity.
But yeah, I think for Fnatic, they're not actually going to be that worried about it. This is a team that is dominating. Things are looking good. They might even 2v1? Sorry, 2v3?
Combo. It might not matter. That's rare from Humanoid. Been watching a bit of Xiaohu as Isma just gets away, holds Flash in tow, but they don't even have a
He still has Smite.
Yeah, but he can't get in range. He was scared of dying. 13k Dagda.
Aren't we all?
7,000 away. Ooh, that Corki is slow. The music is so intense for a very done game. Dun, dun, dun,
I remember
dun,
being like really confused when I heard that like ambient music, I think it's called in the settings.
Oh yeah.
Like when you walk into that dragon pit and they just
Oh,
and you're like, oh no.
And the Anakin spawning at first, I was like, what is that?
Especially because I remember as the split came in, you were playing games kind of separate to like myself, Medic, and Dracos, and you come in and then you're ready to group up with us, and you're like, oh guys, I've been trying it out, it's all been great, but you've been playing Swift play, so your entire like rhythm in the game was completely off.
I'm like, 15-minute Baron, guys, let's go. Yo,
it's like, this game is crazy.
I'm like, I like the ability to get into game quick, but what I don't like is a 15-minute Baron and the game's over at 18 minutes. You know, I guess it is Swift play. It makes sense in the name.
It feels more like Wild Rift.
True. 13.8k. 1,400 now. That's not the amount. 14k about to come through. Okay. TP comes in. Reeker was pushing top. They need to lose no more gold, Fnatic. 6,000 to go. They need to get another team fight and not end. I don't think that's possible.
They have to kill them so many times.
They have to play with it. Dagda.
See, the thing is, you're asking them to mess around and get it, but it's also like, they're off. Like, this is their last game and then they have a break week.
True. They want to go for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh, hang on a second. We get to chill. We can go for dinner. We can go for some drinks.
What do we do in Europe? I mean, when you know, in LPL, you remember when they won, we'd joke around like they'd have they'd have early dinner at Hot Pot.
Yeah.
What's a European thing to do? In Berlin?
If it's esports, it's Korean barbecue.
Yeah,
it's always Korean barbecue.
Or if it's Berlin, you get a kebab.
That's after the drinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's at 2 a.m.
It's Berlin. It's not at 2 a.m.
No, sorry. 2 p.m. That's before the game. I couldn't imagine having a kebab before the game. It's just so heavy. Anyway, enough about my stomach problems. Fnatic third turret. Waves coming in. This one is dead. Maybe. A grand fight from Loopy. They've set up Oscarinin, but he's just not dying.
Oh,
Fate
Mickey!
Sealed. Mickey sets it up. It looks messy, but the problem is that SK just don't do anything anymore. A double for upset. Come on, son. End it with a quadra kill. He won't get a penta, but he won't get a... he'll barely get a triple anyway. Isma sits behind. I'm sorry, 17,000 gold. We're 3,000 off. It's got to be close, but it's not going to be a 20k lead. They're going to dive. They're going to jump. Mickey finally dies. And in the end, Fnatic end the split 8-1. Top dogs of the LEC. Is this Fnatic split? Is this Fnatic's year?
It feels a bit inevitable. G2 have risen through the ranks quite a bit, now ending in third place, but still, this seems like a Fnatic of old, a team that would sit at the top of the table. 2017, the last time they won.
God,
this feels like you can finally break that curse.
8 years ago, Dagda. Like, it's been G2, hasn't it? Every single split. Well, let's see as we vote for our key player of the game at LEC on X, as in Oscarinin, Razork, or Mikyx being your pog. Yeah, I think it's going to be Razork. I'm just going to tell you right now, Razork has had one of those.
You told me it was
again.
going to be Mickey. You said that was who you're going to vote for.
Yeah, sorry, it is Mickey. hey, don't. Guys, don't. Razork took a kill from him. Razork took a kill and didn't give Mickey an assist. So I think we've got to give it to Mickey. I think that's fair. And I will say, Mickey and upset, congratulations. I think our best bot lane You can argue there's been moments of Super Alvaro, but have they been as consistent as Mikyx Upset? You can say Kalist and Targamas, have they been as consistent as Mikyx and Upset? That's what I keep coming back to. I mean, the first week was a slow start, but even then, their first week wasn't even that bad.
I think it's also how deadly they are as a duo. Like, it's not only like, oh, it's kind of one person doing well, it's both these guys feel like they're playing at the top of their game, and that's when they become as terrifying. Like, towards the end of that game, everyone in SK was running away.
Yeah, true.
And instead, it's just like, some of Fnatic are resetting, and Mikyx and Ups are like, no, we go kill over there.
And I think a lot of, allegations last year were like, oh, Upset can be a KDA player who won't jump into the midst of the fight. I think week 2 and week 3, like, there's been a lot of aggression. And you can't really say that about the past 6 games. I mean, yeah, they've had such a lead, so it's hard to be, but it's been very aggressive from the 2v2.
But I think the thing that I appreciate about Fnatic now is that, like, they were always an aggressive team.
Yeah.
Like, they could get the early leads. You'd see them constantly get wins or gold leads by 15 minutes. But it's actually having a really good understanding of how to play out mid-game now.
Yeah.
So they're getting into the lanes that they need to. They're getting the victories that they need. And now they're sitting on top of the table.
And now, Dagda, we're done with best of ones for the year. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as Laure is standing by with Grabbz in the Marriott Bonvoy post-game check-in. Fearless coming to a theatre near you. Yeah! Bye, best of ones.
Bye, best of ones, indeed. Everyone like that, I guess. You guys are happy to move to Fearless?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. I have a question, though, and I think I can speak on behalf of the entirety of Twitch chat when I'm going to ask this. No stakes for these games. These guys were out. You guys are dominating the league. Why this draft? Why not more fun?
Because we haven't bought anything yet.
All right.
It's just best of ones, and our practice is not as good as to be able to afford to waste the stage game, basically.
All right, well, it makes complete sense. You know that you're 8-1 right now. From your coach experience, do you have this anxiety that you're like, oh my God, when is it going to stop? Like, when are they going to run it down on stage? Or actually, are you solid on the fact that you guys are on the right track right now?
There is some anxiety because we run it down in scrims a lot already. So we're used to losing, in a way. And we will know that at some point we will have a bad draft. Of course, with me and the team as well. So I think there's no anxiety. Just expect it to come. Hopefully only 1 loss, and then best of 3s we can still win 2-1, and that's fine.
There's been 1 oopsie in the draft. I think
and it was a draft,
yeah, it was the first one, but I think you guys managed it really, really well after that. I have to ask you, you're back in the coaching seat with Black and Orange, this team that is doing amazingly. What is one thing that you did not miss when it comes to taking care of players?
I've also said the players themselves. It didn't change in those years, that they are still special human beings.
Yeah.
Especially now they got older even compared to them. It's even worse, but nah, it's a lovely bunch. Just sometimes a bit too much fun, but it's okay.
I want to show you some tweets, actually, some interactions between, I think it was Razork, Wonder, and you, sadly, catching strays left and right. You're getting bullied by your ex-players. You're getting bullied by your current players. How are you handling this?
I mean, for the ex-players, for Wanda and Jankos, they don't have a lot going for them right now.
Oof.
Like, they're both just playing in content teams, so I think that's the only joy they get in their life right now, so that's fine for me.
All right. What's with this Zed thing? We know that Razork has been hovering this champion for years now. I don't feel like it's the kind of champion we want to see here, or...
I mean, also, we're watching a solo queue as well with it, and it never really performs. So until he has a good KDA, we're not going to see it. And also, as you know, I hate when jungles have fun. So no champ, no Zed for him.
No fun for him. He played Zyra, though, which I think is fun to me, but maybe not for him.
Yeah, that's the most fun he's getting,
Yeah, a lot of farming here and there. Talking about the players, I want to know more about their personality, because we hear the mic checks really often. Who is the least well-behaved? Like, who's the one who needs to be put on the leash?
I think the one who needs most censoring is Upset for sure. I think 50% of things he says you can't put on mic check.
I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah,
honestly.
But honestly, they're all good for bangers. They're all really funny, actually. I didn't expect it, especially also Humanoid has this, like from the outside, you always think he's like very stoic, but he's also really funny. But yeah, Upset for sure is the one who has the most interesting takes.
And a bit more about you. How has it been for you being back in this role from the experience that you had at G2? Way different at BDS in terms of standings. Like, do you think some stuff is different in the way you're approaching things with this team?
I just think I'm very different now.
Yeah.
I think the year after BDS especially helped me on reflecting on my career and shaping what coach I want to be. So I think I'm just a very different person than I was in G2 and in BDS. But I'm just really happy to be back. I'm really happy. This is the thing I want to do in my life. So last year was a bit rough, like in the morning of, okay, what I'm actually doing. So I'm really blessed to be back on stage. And I might not always show it, but I'm really, really happy.
Well, very happy you bounced back and very happy to have you in the league. We have, I think, Oscarinin and Razork for PGL. Do you have any message for your Spanish jungle top?
Not really. Nice kills in the end, Oscar. And I'm really happy that you managed to get them away from upset. I think it gets too many. So good job on that one.
Good job on that one. And good job on that one, Grabbz. Thank you so much for joining me today. That's all for us here on this side of the studio. Let's send it over to PGL ahead of the playoffs draw shade.